In this session, we will see how to create a simple website using HTML and Bootstrap, and also how to store the data into the database. Okay, after you have installed XAMPP, go to the path where you have installed that one. I have installed in my C drive. I have XAMPP folder here, and inside htdocs, I'll create one folder and I'll give the name as project website. Now inside this folder, I'll open with code, that is VS Code editor. Here I'll be creating 3 files. First one will be index.php. Next will be my details.php. Inside my index.php, I'll write this basic snippet of HTML. I'll change my title. I will link my CSS file. Open Chrome and write get bootstrap. Copy this one and paste it here, and also come down, copy these script tags and paste it above the body. Now here I'll come to my Bootstrap. Inside components, you can see the navbar here. I'll copy this code from here and I'll paste the code here. If you have installed XAMPP, open the XAMPP panel and start your Apache and MySQL. Both MySQL and Apache have been started. I'll just see my output here. In new tab, I'll type localhost. My folder name was project website, and my file name is index.php. You can see my title here, fitness tips, and the output of my navbar here. I'll just change the names. Here instead of navbar, I'll be writing fitness tips. I'll change my navbar light to navbar dark. Save this. See, my text has become white color, and here I'll change it to dark. You can see my navbar color and the text color have been changed. Let it be. I'll just remove the drop down from here. I don't want drop down. That is my this one. I don't want this. I'll remove it from here. I have removed my drop down. See, my drop down have gone. I'll also remove the disable button. I'll copy this list item. I'll paste it here 3 times. Here I'll be giving services. Here about us, and this will be my contact. Save this. Now you can see our output here. Now below this, come to Bootstrap. Inside components you can find this Jumbotron. I'll come here, I'll copy this code, I'll paste the code here, and I'll change the heading, and I'll give the heading as health is wealth. Now come to Chrome, come to website. You can see health is wealth, and this is we got from Bootstrap. Now below this I will be taking the carousel. I have here carousel. I'll be taking this one. I'll copy this. I'll paste my carousel here. Save this one. Come to the website, and you can see our first slide, third slide, second slide. You can see our slides are getting moved, but we don't have any image. I'll just make a folder of images and I'll paste some images here. Now I have few images here. I'll just come to my carousel. This is my carousel, and I'll change my images. I'll change my source and I'll give the path. Save this. Now you can see my first image has come here. I'll copy this. I'll paste it here. I'll change my image. Image here. I'll change my image. This one I should write here. This is my first image, this is my second image, and this is my third image. But my images are very large, so my images are inside my carousel inner container. So I'll copy this carousel inner container. I'll come to my style.css and I'll paste that one here. And before doing this one, I'll write this universal selector and I'll give padding 0, margin 0, box sizing to be border box. Now inside this carousel inner, I want to change my image width and height. I'll give it as 100%. Height I'll give around 90 view height. Save this. Refresh. You can see the images have been squeezed now. It's not looking good. So I'll give here object fit to be contain. If you give cover, it will cover the entire screen. I don't want that. So I'll give object fit as contain. You can see now. Now come to index.php. Now once we are done with carousel, I'll come to my Bootstrap. I'll see something. I'll just see the collapse here. Inside collapse. Okay, this I'll copy this one and I'll paste it here. Refresh this. You can see some text have been come. If you collapse this one, you can see, okay, you should click here. You can see the text here. Our headings are getting collapsed and we are getting the text here. Okay, let it be here. I just want to make some cards. So below my collapse, I'll come to my Bootstrap and I'll search for the card. Yeah, here it is. Now here I'll be taking this card. I have image and also some text, and I'll be pasting here. Save this one. You can see our card here, but I don't have any image. I'll come to my card session and I'll change my source. I'll be writing images xr1.jpg. These are my images name, so I have written that one. I'll refresh this. You can see my image is coming. My image is getting loaded here. Yeah, my image has come. Now I want some heading here inside my div class. Here inside my div I'll be giving one class. This is padding from top and bottom. I want 5 pixel, and I'll give here one heading. I'll give one h2. Give the heading as our best services. Save this. Refresh. You can see our best services have come here, but I want that to be in center, so I'll give my bootstrap class, that is text center. Save this one. So it has come in center. I'll change the font to my entire website. So here I'll be giving font family to be cursive. Save this. Refresh this one. You can see our font has been changed for the entire website. Come to index.php, and I want to make this website completely responsive, so I'll give here some classes. Large screen, I want it should take 3 images. Inside my medium screen, I want it should take 4 images, and inside my small screen I want it should take 12, matlab only one images. I'll refresh this. You will not see anything because I have only one image. Now I'll wrap this image container inside my another div, and I'll give the class name as container fluid. I'll remove this div. I'll paste it here. I'll be copying this div container, this one. I'll paste 3 times. Refresh this. You can see my images have come here, but I want to wrap inside the row. Here I'll create one more div, and I'll give the class name as row. I'll remove this one, and I'll close my div here. Now if you see, my images have come here. I'll remove this style. I'll be copying this, Control C, and again I'll be pasting it here. Okay, these are my cards. Now you can see my cards have been created. My 4 cards. This is the nav bar, this is the jumbotron, this is the image carousel, this is collapse, and these are our best services. Final session of our project is PHP. In this I'll be showing you how to create a form and how to link your PHP and how to connect to your database. Okay, I'll just come here and copy this, and I will paste that one here. I will change my heading to details to be submitted. Save this one. Come to Chrome and refresh this. Now if you scroll down, you can see details to be submitted. This py5 is padding at top and bottom. If I remove this class, if I remove this and if I refresh here, you can see I don't have any padding, so I have given that one. Here also I have given the same thing. Inside my same div container, I'll be creating another div. Inside that div, I'll be creating my form. I'll create my form and I'll give the action of form to be my detail.php. This, whatever file you have created, you have to give the name of that file here. That is details details.php, and I'll pass the method as post. I have told you in previous section that post method is used in collecting the form data and is very secure. I'll create one div and I'll give the class name as form group. These are Bootstrap classes. You don't have to worry on this. You can just go through that one. Form group, and inside my label, first I'll give my username. I'll remove this for. Here I'll be giving my username. Below this I'll create one input tag. Input is text. I'll give here name. This is most important part. Username, placeholder. I'll give enter your name. Class I'll give as form control. Okay, these are Bootstrap classes. Save this, refresh. Now if you scroll down, you can see my class has come here. My placeholder has come, but I'm getting this one. I don't want this to come here. I'll give here autocomplete. Autocomplete to be off. Save this, refresh. Now you can see I'm not getting anything now. I don't want my details, my input tag to cover the entire width, so I'll decrease my width here. I'll give the width as around 50. I'll give the class and I'll give the width as 50, and I'll give margin as auto, so that my input tags will come in the center. It will take time. See, my width is 50. I'll copy this. And I'll paste it here. 3, 4, 5. I'll paste it 5 times and I'll change the text here. First I have given username. Here I'll be giving email. Here also I'll change my type to email. I'll change my name to email. Enter your email. Form group, I'll give here mobile number. Mobile number should be as text itself. Mobile, enter your mobile number. I'll be giving here landmark, text, and here also I'll change my name to landmark. Enter your landmark. I'll give here pin code. Save this, refresh. Okay, you can see this one: username, email, mobile number, landmark and pin code. I'll paste one more time and I'll change my label to comments. Instead of input tag, I want my text area. Name as comment. I'll remove this one, columns and row. I'll give my class as form control. And placeholder. Anything about us. Save this. Refresh this one. So now you can see our comments box has come here. Here I'll be creating one button. Whenever I submit that data, it should get collected or it should get stored in our database. So I'll create one button. Type I'll give as submit. I'll give the text as submit details. Save this. Now you can see our button has come here. I don't have any space, so I'll be giving class. I want to give margin from top and bottom. I'll give around 3. Save this. Now I got the margin. I'll be writing bootstrap button class, button success. Now this will change our button to green color. So you can see this is the bootstrap class. Now we are done with our form. See, we are done with our form now. Username, email, mobile number, landmark, pin code and anything. If I submit details, it should be redirected to our details page and it should be connected to our database. Let's see how to do that one. Now we are done with this. Now open your details.php. Inside this, I'll be writing the syntax of PHP, this one, and I'll be defining my database host. Define database host. My database host is localhost. Define database username. This you will get, this username and localhost and also password you will get when you install XAMPP. When you set this one, you will be getting this one. And also I'll define my password. Define database password. Okay, my password is empty as of now, so I'll give empty. I'll not give anything. Now I'll connect my database. I'll create the object for this, my SQLi, and I'll give this 3 things: database host, database username and database password. Database host, database username as well as database password. I am passing these 3 arguments inside this one. Now I'll check the condition if my database, if it is connected securely, then show me it is connected. Okay, else show me it is not connected. If I come and if I refresh here and if I fill some details and if I submit the details, you can see my database is connected now. If you see your database is connected, see, you always have to on this Apache and MySQL. Okay, it's then only you will be connected to your database. In new tab, I'll be writing localhost, this one php my admin. Here I'll create new database, click on new, this is php my admin dashboard. I'll click on new, I'll give my database name as fitness. See, my database is created. I'll create my table and I'll give my table name as details. Here number of columns you should give depending on this. First one is my username, second is email, third is mobile number, fourth is landmark, fifth is pin code, sixth is comment, and +1, one extra for ID number. This is +1. My table name is detail and my database name is fitness. See, my table is created inside my fitness. So you can see my table here. For inside this one, first I'll give the ID. For ID, I'll give type as int and maximum length as 255. I want my ID to be primary. Okay, it should increment. Go, click on go, and you always have to tick this one, auto increment value. Then only whenever you add the data, it will get added into your database. If you don't select this one, then your data will not get added. Only one data will be added, the rest data will be just ignored. Okay, you have to tick this one, auto increment value. And my next will be my username. You have to write the same names, whatever you have given inside this name, you have to give the same name here. Okay, this will be my username. Next one is my email, mobile number, after mobile number I have landmark, pin code and comments. Landmark, pin code and comments. Okay, I'll be changing this to varchar, this also to varchar. Mobile also should be in varchar. Okay, in MySQL mobile is in varchar, int varchar. Pin code also to be varchar and comment to be in varchar. I'll give here values 255. Once the table is created, see, inside ID I have given the type as int and the length as 255 for everything except ID. For everything I have given varchar, and also I have incremented, I have ticked on auto increment, and I have given my ID as primary. Now I'll save this one. Now my table is been created. So you can see my table is been created. Inside fitness I have my details table. Next to ID you can see this key, this is primary key, it's showing here, and we have username, email, mobile, landmark, pin code and comment. So whatever you have given here after the name, inside the name, then that only you should give there. Once your table is been created, I'll come to my website. I'll just fill some details here. I'll write here some values. Now if I submit details, you can see it is connected. If I come to localhost, if I refresh this, you can see nothing is been added into the table because I have not written the code for that one. Now come to details.php. Now I'll be selecting my database. My database name what I gave was fitness. You can see here fitness. I'll be selecting that one. I'll write MySQLi select DB, that is I want to select my database give the parameter when it is connected, then select my database. My database name is fitness. Okay, this is how you have to write this one. Now I will collect the data of whatever is entered. I will collect using the post method here. I'll create one variable username and I'll collect the data using post method. That is, you have to write like this. I have shown you before, post, and inside the square bracket you have to write username. Whatever we have passed inside the name, that is this one, you have to write here. Okay, username you have to write inside single quotes. So we have passed our username, we have email, we have our mobile, landmark, pin code, comment. Okay, now I'll take multiple cursors here, click on Alt key and I'll write this one, post method. Now inside email I'll pass email, inside mobile I'll pass mobile, landmark, pin code, comment. Okay, I have passed my values here. Now it's done. Now I want to store whatever the user enters the data. I want to store that data into my tables, so I have to insert that values. For that I'll be creating one variable and I'll give my variable name as data. Whatever data I will be giving, that should be stored into my table. Okay, I'll give this query insert. These are my SQL queries. Insert into details. This is my table name. See, details, this is whatever table name, write it here, and insert into details. Inside bracket I'll be writing username, email, mobile, landmark, pin code and comment. Okay, values, this is the syntax for inserting data into the table. You have to write insert into table name, the column names, values, whatever values we have given. Okay, our values are nothing but this one, whatever the user has passed, we have to write this one here, username, I have email, give this $username, you have to pass inside the values. Now I'll run the query, MySQLi. I'll give the query and I want to pass, when my database is connected, I want to pass the data, whatever it is been entered by user, I want to pass that one. Save this. Now come here, I'll come back, I'll enter the details, Khanam, I'll give some mobile, email, mobile number, landmark, pin code something, and comment anything, submit details. Okay, I'm getting error, undefined variable, line number 12. Okay, this one. Save this. Now if I refresh, I continue. Again I'll come here, I'll fill the details. Submit. See, it's been connected. Now come here, refresh this one. Now if you see, my data is not being added or stored here. There will be error in code. Let's check for that. As you saw, I am not able to store the data into my database, so the mistake will be in our code. I'll just come to my details. See here, I have not closed that one, so I'm not able to store. And also I found one mistake here. Before I gave here this one, I gave form, I gave like this for each and everything. Just change it to form. Sorry for that. Change it to form. And now let's see. Now I'll refresh this one. I'll fill the details now. Submit the details. See, I'm getting this query because I just checked the code and I have just echoed this, whatever data I have inserted, I have just passed that one here. So I'm getting this one here, whatever values I have passed, I'm getting here. Now come to PHP My Admin dashboard and refresh this one. Now you will see my data is being inserted, whatever I entered here. So you can see I inserted khanam@gmail.com, and this is my data. Okay, this is what I entered. To check that one, I entered previously. This is that one. I have deleted 1, 2, 3, 4 ID number columns when I was checking. So I am getting my ID as 6. Now again, if you enter some new data, let's just check it out. I'll enter. Now I got the values here, whatever I have entered. I'll come to my PHP My Admin dashboard. If I refresh, you can see I'm getting this KRosie 2 times. I'm getting the data, but it's getting copied twice. Why is this? Because again the data is getting redirected to data, and again it is printing the same thing. So to avoid that one, just write this one, header. It should point again to header. Inside that one, I'll give the location, and it should point to my file, that is my index.php file. This is whatever file name you have given, just write that file name, index.php. It should redirect to index.php. It should not, the value should not get copied. Okay, now let's see our output. I'll give here some name. Submit details. I'm getting error on line 22. Okay, this spelling. Save this one. These are the silly mistakes we do while coding. Okay, again I will come here and I'll write the name Rahul. I'll submit it. See, again it is redirected to header. It did not go to details.php. Now if I come here and if I refresh, you can see at that time what I printed, you can see the mobile number has been changed. That time what I printed, but it is not been copied. So I got my data stored inside the database. Okay, this is the project about PHP. You can easily create your form and write this code, and you can store the data inside the database. And also if you don't know where is your password or how to get the password of your database, then just go wherever you have installed your XAMPP. Go to XAMPP, and here you will be finding my PHP My Admin, and inside that config.inc, just open that with VS Code editor. See, it will get opened, and scroll down, you can see the username as root and the password is empty. Whatever if you want to give different password, you can just change it out whenever you install XAMPP. Okay, this is the password you can find. That's it for today. If you learned something today, then thank you for watching it out.